Welcome to Omni Rewatch podcast, the only Ben 10 podcast on the interwebs. If you exist, my name is Ramen, that's Kai Animation, and that is Professor Berg. Yes, that is right. We are back on another, whenever this episode comes out, we're back for another podcast. Last week we reviewed we talked about the episode. What was the episode we talked about, Berg?
That would be the Gwen 10 episode, the one where we actually had to do a little reverse roll, like compared to like last time.
Yes. If you guys like that, we can try that again another time. If maybe we'll do a thing where we all want to take turns hosting. Anyway, Berg, what episode were we watching today? Tell us,
Today
brother.
we'll be all right then. So today we will be watching season 2, episode 5, Grudge Match. So the description of this episode is: while Diamond Head battles Kevin, who had rendered Gwen and Max unconscious, a teleportation beam takes Diamond Head and Kevin to a ship called the Mega Cruiser, where gladiator matches are regularly held between alien slaves. Slick Smigma, the ship's droid captain, makes Ben and Kevin a team, binding them with shackles that transfer pain from one to the other. So they must battle another captive, Technor. After the fight, Kevin traps Ben with the intent to kill, revealing he still bears a grudge. But Ben transforms the cannonball and knocks him out. Technor abides by his code of honor and saves Ben, sending him back to Earth while Kevin is left aboard the Mega Cruiser with Technor to an unfortunate fate.
Wait.
That wasn't
all the descriptions lately, just
Fortunate
being
fate?
like play by plays.
No. I added that last part.
Oh, I'm like, bro, my homie dead? Okay, guys. First impressions of this episode. Starting with the Great Burg. What was your first impression?
It's the Professor Berg, but I get it. But my first impressions of this episode is that it's constantly good. Like, the thing about Kevin Levin episodes is that they are always bangers. Like the creators know when to use him, and whenever he comes by, they just make him great episodes. I like the fact that Ben and Kev were kind of forced to work together. You can tell that they still hate each other, but they realize, hey, we gotta get out of here. And I love that we actually see a lot more. This is actually the first episode we actually have off Earth. I think this is when we see there is a wider galaxy of different aliens.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually like Technor. He actually is a good character. I don't know if he actually comes back in this series. I know one of his species comes back as well. But I like that he's honor bound he has his like code of honor. And like that he's like, despite him being like this big tough guy, he actually seems like a good person. And the fact that he likes that Ben saved his life, he could have fucking murked him, shows a lot of character. I liked what's his name? Vigma something? The Vigma, the main droid, the main guy who was controlling the ship.
The villain?
Yes, that guy. Yeah, the villain here. He was pretty cool. This episode just was in general just one of the best ones I had fun with. I constantly love how Ben and we're just throwing insults at each other.
Dude,
that was just one of the funniest things.
Like, them teaming up kind of like, it reminded me of like, because knowing what I know now about Alien Force, it literally reminded me of like when Kevin and Ben will like have to team up in Alien Force, and that's constantly because they're a team. So like, it's like this episode's kind of like, hey, let's play around and see what happens if we pair Kevin with Ben and have them forced to work together. And it's really funny. Just seeing, because Ben has to switch to the aliens while also being handcuffed to Kevin, and just seeing him like switch to. I'm surprised the handcuffs didn't like come off when he went to gray matter, because there's like, it must be like. It was so funny, bro. Just seeing them still tied together. It's great. It's great.
It really was.
What about you, Kai? Yeah, what's your impression on this episode, Kai?
What?
Kai? No, I just want to say Kai. I just want to say.
I love this episode. It's great. It's a very memorable episode. The villain's pretty memorable. We rarely get like just one-off alien villains in the original series. It's always just some random dude with like alien tech. So having like just an alien was pretty cool. I liked it.
He was more like a robot. I don't think he even comes back. He's just a generic like villain robot.
But he's of like alien origin.
Okay.
He's an alien robot.
Yeah, and besides, it gets really muddy on what classifies as an alien in the Ben 10 universe because we got like Clockwork, who's very mechanical. We got Edel's original design, which is very mechanical. Like a lot of that sort of stuff gets muddy on what classifies as an alien anymore.
Then we consider this one an alien.
I do, just because of the level of sentience and that he like has this enough spirit to fight back against upgrades, like typical shenanigans.
Wait, didn't
he can fight back against it?
Didn't Ben like like he really transformed, like that's the only he had no control over it.
No, like originally, like in the first time he tried to absorb him, like he fought back a little bit and then Ben just overpowered him. But it was still that's why I consider him to be like alien, is just because he had enough willpower to fight back against it.
True, like
hey, so look, a little correction there. It was actually technical because it was like Ben was struggling. It was technical. He just punched the shit out of like Big Man, just like an idiot. And then Ben got control back. So it's like, but I do see your point though. Like there is like, despite being a machine, there is something about him. Like he's just like, even though he like talks in this very monotone voice, you can tell like he's excited for something. He's pissed off.
Yeah,
he's you can
got a pretty good degree of sentience, and so that's why like I consider him an alien. The same way, like I don't know if you guys know who this is, but Otto from Omniverse, I consider an alien, even though he's also like a robot. Basically, he's got flair and personality. So
yeah, I mean, I get that. I get that. I still have a long way for Omniverse though. So it's like no offense though. It's just because out of all the Ben 10 series, I think what did Omniverse come out like 2014 or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was like 18. I was about to enter college at that time, so I wasn't really watching a lot of cartoons. So
I was still in elementary school, I think.
I keep forgetting you're a lot younger than me.
But yeah, I watched a lot of it. So I love this episode. It's great. We get to see a lot more of the space, like the outer universe, basically. It's great. Love it.
The aliens.
I still find it hilarious that the thing that they attached to all the prisoners to like electrocute them, Ben's was just on his shirt. He could just take the shirt off.
The boy is not gonna take off his shirt in the middle of a station.
That man needed to strip.
No, he fucking didn't. He didn't need to take off his shirt.
We've seen Ben shirtless before.
Even then, I'm just gonna say, even if he did do it, I feel like what's gonna happen is that it would basically the guard robots would have captured him anyway. Just put the fucking collar, whatever chip thing on his chest.
Yeah, he was still chained. Exactly. Bergen's right. He was still chained, Kai.
Before he was chained.
Oh, they'll find a way to fucking electrocute him, Kai. He's on a fucking spaceship controlled by a man who probably derives. The robot looks like he like gets pleasure like by watching the Golden Girls or some shit. Like he's got that creepy voice. I'm sorry. He's like, yes, these are fine specimen.
I'm just imagining him watching like the Golden Girls.
These are fine specimen.
Cheers, like he's just like he's just watching like footage of all the gladiators fighting each other and shit, and then just switches it to, and you just hear ding 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 ding.
It's like yes, that's good entertainment right there.
His voice is just like that's how memorable this episode is, because now the villain's fucking just so. He's threatening but corny at the same time, because his lines are like that of like he reminds me of the Collector from like Marvel from like Marvel, like you know how the collector collects a lot of like Marvel characters and puts them in like
Yeah,
books,
no.
you know?
Yeah, basically
Ben actually has one of those.
Oh god, he's basically a sophisticated fanboy. He's like, this will go great with my collection. I'll use my toys to fight each other. Like, rah, rah, rah. Yeah, I'll fight you, kid. I'll fight you. Yeah, get the leather.
Literally a person like that. That's not even a joke.
Wait, there is?
Yeah, okay, so we're not there yet, but do you guys know Simeon, like the spider monkey dude from
Yes, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's it.
So the collector dude literally turns Simeon into a playing card.
Oh, that's so fun.
And then he plans on doing it to the whole Earth. But Ben talks him out of it by going like, okay, you like collecting playing cards. What if I get you like a limited edition Ben 10 original t-shirt? Like the one that my character wears. So, and he actually takes that deal. Instead of just destroying the Earth, he takes the shirt. Like he turns the shirt into a card.
That's fucking amazing.
I take the shirt too. It's a limited edition Ben 10 shirt.
Omniverse had so many strange episode concepts. I kind of love it for it, but it did kind of bring the quality of the show down. Because like you never really know. Because Omniverse, it does get a lot of love. It's definitely gotten more since like the Ink Tank has looked into it more. So like it's grown a lot in appreciation from the fan base. Yeah. But it's still like one of the most tonally inconsistent things. Because like you watch an episode and you see like this multiversal episode and it's so good and so thematically great. And then you just get hit with the episode of like Ben being put on a reality TV show.
Which this kind
deciding who he has to marry.
This kind of was, you know, and I don't think we're not saying it enough. I think Technor deserves more goddamn love. I honestly, man, Techno is such a fucking like softie, my man. He's like, I serve you, because he didn't fucking leave on that escape pod. He could have fucking let Ben fucking die, but no, that man was loyal to the fucking end, bro.
Which is why I really wish, like, I know Techno, like, if I'm hearing, Techno doesn't appear in future episodes, which maybe he does. I don't know. I am not
a subspecies of his
another one of his species coming. Okay, so again, that's one of my biggest issues with. Again, that's one of my biggest issues with the original series is because they do introduce a lot of great characters that sadly do not get who don't get a lot of attention later on. I'm like, that sucks because like. I really like the idea. Like, I think it would have been a funny episode if, like, Technor comes to Earth and he's like, he tries to be Ben's personal servant. And at first, Ben's enjoying it, but because of his big-ass fucking size, he's just ruining everything. And he can't because he's also because he's also an alien.
Put you in the fucking writer's room, because honestly, that fucking sounds like a great-ass episode, bro. I'm down for that. And then, like, a little intro plays, Technor and Ben.
Yeah, if I was in Ben's position, I would not have like sent Technorg off. I would have gone like, "No, you're coming to Earth with me."
He won't fit in the RV, Kai. Come on, man.
I don't care.
What is Grandpa Max gonna get a cage?
He'll find a way.
He'll find a way.
He's put him in a cage. I think he would have more fun on Earth.
You know what? Fair. He'll have fun in the non-existent Mr. Smoothie that doesn't exist until Aliens Force, bro.
I mean, he would probably get. You think he would like Earth food?
I mean, like, who wouldn't, bro? Come on, man.
Bro, I was sorry. That bro's gonna. I feel like he's gonna get way out of shape. Like he finds the equivalent of like a McDonald's or Chick-fil-A. He's just like.
Technor's gonna get overweight. He's gonna go through his depressed arc. He's gonna go on a date. He's gonna have a breakup. Man. We're making hypotheticals for. This is how great Technor is. I'm sorry, man. Technor's a goat.
No, that's the thing, is because that's a lot. Like so, we mentioned before, there's a lot of characters like that, which in the series that we think is so cool, but they just barely get any love afterwards.
Yeah.
Just like, in my mind, proves that Volcanus is like deformed, and maybe that's why he's evil as shit. Because look at Technor, bro is swole, and then you look at Volcanus, who has like literally a baby build.
Oh, Volcanus is the one who's like in that. So he's the one who's like a little small one.
That's the reason. That's the reason why I want Technor back. He's like, forget Volcanus. He's kind of the runt. He's kind of special.
My guess is like he was basically just like born stunted.
He's just a middle child. Ignore him. Oh man!
Like we try to give him much attention as possible. Like mother tried. Mother tried to ask him.
He still believes in Santa Claus, right?
It's not real.
I'm sorry, Volcanus.
It's real.
I'm sorry, Volcanus. I'm sorry. You have to learn this now.
I'm looking at like the trivia for him. Apparently, so their species are called Detrivites, and they live on a very hot planet where 850 degrees is a cold day to them.
How would Earth be to them? It's like how would Earth be to him? It's like, damn,
this must be freezing,
dude.
It's like he's at home. It's like he's all over. Like, god damn, like oh, it's like 100 degrees. Holy fuck, this place is freezing. It's like it's only 90 degrees. It's like, dude, that's like sub-zero temperature for me. I'm about to fucking die.
He'll probably wear a jacket the entire time. It will probably be dripped out with like a Nike jacket, bro. That's just saying.
Okay, so Omniverse did like a retcon thing. So Volcanus was originally really big and muscular, like because that's how he was in the original series. But then Alien Force had showed him being like a baby build. So he was originally big, but in Alien Force, they had a fight with him that caused an explosion, but by Element X, and that's what caused him to be tiny.
Got a baby. Gave him that baby build.
Yeah.
But in Omniverse, he's back to like normal size. I like my idea more, where
you're just like the baby build, don't you? You just like him to be humiliated.
No, I think that adds to how much of a prick he is in the show.
Man, Tektor's brother Volcanus may be a baby build, but you know what? He's still his Teknor's brother, and I think we still fuck Volcanus.
You're saying Volcanus just basically has a Napoleonic complex.
I feel like he does. He has a Napoleonic complex. Yeah.
I have no idea what any of those words
mean. It means you're a short person with big ass fucking anger issues. It's based off the the French episode Napoleon, who was like even though he was like 5'7".
Come on, Kyle, you know this.
Like no, she does. I don't think she does. Like the point is he's angry because he's small.
Yeah. Speaking of anger, bro, Kevin 11 fucking the best in this episode. Like I love every Kevin 11 I think we've talked about this all the time. Every Kevin 11 episode is so great. This one is just like the perfect one too. Like I just him teaming up with Ben and being forced because he still wants to beat the shit out of Ben every chance he fucking gets. Like, they're escaping. He still wants to beat the shit out of Ben. Like, my favorite line is like, "Are you gonna hug me? Like, don't give me a hug or something like that." It's so funny, bro. I love this episode, man.
It's like, don't get all soft on me, Tennyson.
We're gonna hug me now. Oh man. But we should you want to move on to MVP or anybody else have anything else to talk about this episode?
I think we said all we could actually. Like you're saying, Kevin 11 definitely was good in this episode. I love that he just like, okay, I hate you. The fact he just did not give Ben anything. He's like, I love that when he just like he murks Figma and he's like, you saved me. Why? No, I'm just kidding. It's like basically he's saying. Like, it's more like if anyone's gonna kill this bitch, it's going to be me.
Oh, whoa! We gotta talk about the opening because I think that's really funny how they were both like roasting each other and like Ben was a little bit too mean with some of his like jabs at Kevin, bro. It's like he woke up on the wrong side of the bed, bro.
I mean, would you? I mean, you would too if you're some dickhead like overturned your RV or injured your family now just like beating the shit out of you.
Yeah,
And then there's the other thing. Kevin names himself Kevin 11 before Ben names himself Ben 10.
Kevin,
that's not a joke. I just remember this because I watched like Kuro's breakdowns, but he literally just names himself Kevin 11.
Is this the episode where he? Is this the episode where he names himself Kevin 11? Kevin 11.
Yeah, that's what he said because he's just like, I have all your powers plus my own. I'm Kevin 11.
I love that.
But like that doesn't make sense in universe because like Ben doesn't even call himself Ben 10 at all.
Ben doesn't even know like because
It,
Ben
it's just
has 10
basically it's just a big
aliens, but
it's just basically one big meta joke.
it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. But like again, Grandpa Max and Gwen, they just I mean we can say it because we might as well just say it, but like they're just there. The bank
No,
really
dude, they
fall
were
out the
just there for
escape
like.
They
pod.
contributed nothing in this episode.
No, I remember.
But that's fine.
I remember you in the episode, Kai. You were like, what Gwen and Grandpa or Max are doing right now?
They didn't even
Yeah, I
like
bet.
give them like a side story or like anything. Like they wouldn't cut like to like 1 second of them doing anything. Very like the actors probably came into the booth, recorded their line. They're like, wait, so like what? 2 lines? Am I done? Okay, well I'm going home.
It's like,
Honestly, I've been like, Max, my brother, if there's any time to actually call the plumbers for help, this is now.
You're
Like, I get it, the plumbers are sort of decommissioned, but you can't call anybody to go like, hey, my grandchild just got space kidnapped, please.
Oh my god, it almost seemed like no time passed when Ben got kidnapped. It's like, was like the equivalent of 10 minutes. He got kidnapped for a fucking short a period of time. Like, what the fuck?
It's almost like it's like, dude,
the
like
way
how?
they made it seem, it's like they spent basically a whole day there, but it's still daytime when they get back.
They make it seem like it was like a fucking minute. It's been a day or two. Like, fuck.
I thought it was gonna be like a movie many of it's like I've been gone for a week. It's like, and it's been 20 minutes, like the actual time of the episode.
Oh my god, bro.
That would
not feel like
that would
20
have been
minutes, bro.
It's like we've been searching. It's like I was gone for. I fought in a gladiator tournament. It was like we ate slop. I say so. It was like 20 minutes. What goes on in space?
Oh my god, this Kai, you were right. This would have been the time to fucking call the plumbers. I think because the episode is super focused on Ben and Kevin, like I think one scene where their Grandpa Max and Gwen are like, "Where's Ben?" or something like that would have at least been great. But like, it's like he comes out the escape pod, and then it's like, well, Ben, where were you? Were you playing in the fucking metal scraps again? Like, what the fuck, bro? It's like they found them in the junk. It's like they found them in the junkyard. And no time has passed. It's the timing is so weird because they would have had to spend a night in that fucking area. It's just, and the RVs, isn't the RV fucking damaged?
It is.
Okay,
Yes.
so they fucking camped out.
It
Probably.
gets damaged all the time, though.
Yeah, the thing's a Titan. MVP, y'all. Let's move on to MVP. Who was the MVP?
Right.
Which alien MVP is on your
Okay,
list
so
for this episode?
Okay, this is a tough one because all the aliens in this episode were good. So you had we're back to the 4 alien count. So we had Diamond Head, 4 Arms, Gray Matter. No, actually no, 5 actually. It was Diamond Man, Diamond Head, 4 Arms, Gray Matter, Grade, and finally Cannibal. And honestly, all those aliens did a great job in this episode. So this one's gonna be a tough one. I know you guys not really somebody said like Cannibals the MVP, and I agree there, but at the same time, like the fight with Diamond Head was great. 4 Arms, like beating the shit out of Kevin, that's also good. Gray Matter using his intelligence and small size to reprogram the robots and disable them. Upgrade, like taking over Vigma, and of course the final with Cannonball beating the shit out of Sonic dashing fucking Kevin. Like they're all great moments. So this is a tough one for me.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. Like this is like the first. This is kind of like the first episode where each alien like actually did something. They weren't used as like a one-off because usually they like do that thing where like the first alien transformation is always like the joke, and they always try to make a joke around it. It's the first time I think like each alien actually does something like to the plot. It's insane, bro.
Great.
Yeah, this one had a lot of aliens in it. Not just Ben's, of course.
Yeah, Kevin 11. That's why he calls himself Kevin 11. I think we confirmed that.
I mean, his middle name starts with E. That's where he got the 11 part because his name is Kevin 11. So his full name is Kevin E11.
What?
Yeah.
So your name is Kevin E11? Me, which is actually true on that part.
So, Berg, which are you picking? Which is the MVP to you?
Honestly, I'm gonna do a top 5 actually because this one's this one's actually gonna. Normally I don't do this, but because every alien did pretty good, I'm gonna give a top 5 for this one. Number 5, I am going to have to give it four. As much as like Forearms, he goes at 5 because it's a brief moment, but he doesn't really do much after he just has a little bit of a skirmish with Kevin, but it's not really much there. Number 4, this one's an interesting. I gotta give this one to. It's gonna go to Diamond Head because again, it's still a cool moment, but it's still again it was mainly brief. Like he took on Kevin, of course, kind of going away when they were on the ship. 2 and 3, this one's gonna be a tough one. The top 3 are just gonna be gonna be a tough one because they're all good. All right, fuck it. I'm go with. I'm just necessity. I'm gonna go with Gray Matter just because it's not being contrary. It's just because I think he was the one who orchestrated the whole prison escape. He helped reprogram. He helped get everyone out of their shackles and their shock collars, and he was the one who figured out everything from there. So honestly, I have to give the Gray Matter. He, in my opinion, and this is not to score the other aliens because again, this is the first time where all the aliens actually prove to be fucking useful. So, but by a margin, I have to give it the Gray Matter.
You know what? That is fair. Let's Kai. You are the main as what's your take? What is your MVP alien? You can
Gray
you
Matter.
know what? You could be like Bird. You could also do a top 5. Why not? Like every alien.
Nah, Gray Matter. Just Gray Matter. He deserves it. I like Gray Matter.
Oh my god. Well, you know what?
I'm gonna Gray Matter.
I'm gonna go 2 steps above. I'm gonna say Cannonbolt and Gray Matter. 1 for Cannonbolt because I love that badass line of him saying, I love the badass line where he's like telling Kevin, "No, you don't. You don't have all my alien powers. You don't fucking have Cannonbolt, bitch."
That is a good one.
Yeah, it's such a great line. He just fucking Sonic spin dashes him into the fucking oblivion, bro. And Gray Matter, you're right. My man used Gray Matter and fucking pre-program all those aliens. He got those fucking prisoners out. He got those shackles off. He fucking Gray Matter definitely saved those prisoners too. And I gotta give it to both Cannonbolt and also Gray Matter, man. And
yeah, Gray Matter was kind of the key to this escape.
Yes, he is. And Gray Matter and Technor. That's right. We're gonna give some love to Technor and Gray Matter. He's without him, Ben be fucked. Literally be fucking dead right now.
I still would have taken him with me.
Oh.
Okay, so my pet alien.
Okay, Kai has a crush on Technor. That's great.
I don't have a crush on Technor.
He just seems like a cool guy.
He seems
I just think he's adorable. I wouldn't even it's not even a thing
It's okay, Kai. You can blush, okay? Technor's a badass, okay?
And it's in a traditional kind of way. Yes, he is attractive. He's got that buff ass body. He's got a deep voice, but at the same time, I think Technor is just that. Again, he seems like a bully, but it's he seems like he's a might makes right kind of guy. But in reality, he's just hey man, you saved me, so I'm gonna help you. Help me out, so I'm gonna help you out, man. So it's that's kind of a cool. He just seems like a great guy. He's a no judge a book by its cover kind of guy.
To people that look like Peter Parker.
Wow. That is shocking.
She loves it, dude. She loves her twinks. I'll tell you that.
Damn. It's okay.
When it comes to guys,
it's okay, Technor. Stop crying.
I really just like people that look like Peter Parker.
You know what? That's fine. Speaking of Parkers, let's rate this 1 out of 10. What are we giving this episode? Starting with Berg.
I'll give this a 9.5. It's it's not a perfect 10, but I would say that this was definitely again, this definitely deserves its spot on the best of the episodes, which is always like whenever Kevin 11 appears in these episodes, it's always the best. The writers bring their A game. They always make a great thing going on. And then I give it a perfect 10 out of 10 because I feel like there's some issues here and there. Aside from that, definitely 9.5 Omnitrix out of 10. It's, again, another great episode from this.
Gotcha. Kai. Simon Cow? I mean, Kai.
Good. I'm actually on the same boat, 9.5. I have like minimal complaints. The only ones I can really think of is like, what was it? I literally just had it in my head.
Where was Grandpa Max?
Yeah, that, and then like a few other things. I had it in my head, but now I lost track of it. Damn.
Damn it, Ramen! You just had to interrupt her there.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm fucking.
Yeah, I have like very minimal complaints. This is a very solid episode. Oh yeah, also the last bit with Cannonball. As much as I love it, it did seem kind of out of left field because of the Omnitrix just randomly recharging itself in seconds.
I'm glad you brought that up because it's just like because I know it's like a 10-minute cooldown, but it's like it was probably like at that time it was like around like 2 minutes. So that was just like plot armor coming into place.
The Omnitrix has like the Omnitrix prevents Ben from dying, so if like it kind of will sense.
Yeah, but it makes sense for the Omniverse Omnitrix to have that.
No,
not
the beta has that too. Like the beta, like it has a failsafe in case Ben's in trouble. Like
I don't really believe that. How?
It does. I mean, it has a failsafe. Like plot convenience, but like it's explained.
The
Omnitrix will protect. The Omnitrix will protect Ben from. Will prevent Ben from dying.
It'll protect the.
It will protect
pulse, but not the actual. I don't believe it has the actual
the cooldown restriction can be the cooldown restriction if Ben's. Here's the thing. There's many times where like. The cooldown does activate, and Ben's in serious trouble. But like, if it's to the point where, but this was the case where Ben, if the watch did not activate, he would have been dead. The watch probably had to activate to prevent him from dying. Like that's like the only.
It seems more like plot convenience to me.
Plot convenience, but like knowing what you know about the Omnitrix and Ink Tank a bit, and
that's. The thing, though, okay, so the Omniverse one having that sort of failsafe makes a lot of sense because he made that Azimuth made that after he met Ben with the intention to give it to Ben for him to use, So, but the original prototype one having that would make zero sense because that's not the Omnitrix's intended purpose originally. It was not meant for violence and shit. Remember?
Yeah. I think what Ramen's trying to say is, I think this might have been a retcon. I think because the Omnitrix is technically, because isn't the Omnitrix technically like? And you guys are more the Ben 10 experts than I am, so I could be wrong. But isn't the Omnitrix technically living? I mean, I know it's a machine and whatnot, but it might be like. Is there like
it depends on the version. So like, as much as people love to say that the original series is still the Alien Force Watch. It's changed enough and added enough features that I really don't consider them the same device. It's an updated version, but I do not think that it has the same device because it has completely different features to it.
Yeah.
All right then. So, but I think
so. The level of sentience that it has that makes sense in Alien Force. The original series doesn't really have that level of sentience. It's mainly just like it does what it does.
Fair enough. I think because what Ramen's trying to say is, and this is just my personal headcanon. I think because it is attached to Ben's DNA, that it does kind of is just like fighting for. It's like, oh crap, it does have a bit of fight or flight in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, I get what Ramen's saying. I just, from a story perspective, it does seem kind of out of nowhere.
I'm not saying like it. I'm not saying like because I know the Omniverse one is different from this one. I'm saying like maybe the watch kind of sense Ben was in trouble, and I know the times where where it feels like Ben was in trouble, the cooldown didn't activate, but there are times where the cooldown would literally deactivate and then it'll go green in like in a span of like a minute. I feel like this was just a circumstance where like maybe plot convenience, but also if
I know what you're saying.
If we're thinking in the realm of Ben,
I get that it probably has that sort of emergency power reserve that it can tap into. It just still feels out of nowhere in terms of the actual like story format.
What you got a question is how the hell did like Ben literally quickly like dialed to the cannonball? And there was like one dial, and then he hit the watch on the wall. You're not asking. You're not asking that because
he didn't even dial it. It was just still on the like glass screen.
Yeah, it's like he barely fucking dialed it in. Like he could have fucking meant the gray matter or some shit, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. Like
that's why I said it feels a lot like plot convenience. Like if Ben realized this ahead of time and then prepared in advance for that, that'd be cool in terms of just like you don't have this.
What was the alien? What was the alien he transformed before Cannonball? Was it Upgrade?
And yeah, it was Upgrade.
Yeah, because
it was Upgrade.
He was Upgrade for a total of like what? Like maybe it's some sort of emergency power reserve or some shit. Because he was.
That's what I think. That's the most I can really.
The watch, because Ben was barely Upgrade for that long. If I'm being real, maybe some fucking thing like that. Yeah.
It's just like an argument of universe time to screen time thing.
We'll talk more.
But yeah, that's the thing really holding it back from the 10 is that felt kind of out of nowhere. And as much as like we can all try to rationalize it as in like, oh, power reserve, or, this, it still feels very like out of nowhere. So that's why it was
just based on the writers had the writers just
I get that
on their ass. They're just like
that's why I'm like, I get that you can create reasons in universe as to why this happened, but the fact that you have to do that is still an admittance of this is an oversight.
Yeah, you know what?
This is like one of the things I'm most critical about in TV shows is where like when a writer spots that they fucked up, they have to make like a new rule or like something to sort of cover it up.
Yeah, fair. You know what? That's a good rating. I'm gonna give mine I was gonna imagine if I just said a 0 and I get my ass kicked by both of you. No, I'm gonna give it 9.5. Not for the watch thing. It's more like I kind of I think a scene where Gwen and Grandpa Max are looking for Ben would have been good. I already said it like I think on top of this podcast, but I honestly there's this weird thing where I feel like time has passed. And it's just bothering me that the writers forgot it. Like Gwen and Grandpa Max. I don't think there was an attempt for Grandpa Max and Gwen to even look for Ben, because Gwen even looks like no time has passed. I don't understand like what the fuck was going on, bro. When he got out of the space pod, it's almost like the accident Gwen had was like a minute ago. It's just so weird. That's my only gripe. A scene where they're looking for Ben, I would have probably be better for this episode.
Like if they were just looking for Ben, like he's like Ben, and then just the escape pod just comes down.
Yeah, just anything where they're looking for him, because it doesn't seem like there was an attempt for them to look for him. And this is Grandpa Max, who's like a caretaker for Ben. Like you need to be adamant. You are taking care of 2 fucking kids. I'm not saying that's like he's bad, but I'm saying like this is the time where you call the plumbers or tap into your weapons or something. Like I know Ben can protect himself. He has the Omnitrix, but Gwen and Grandpa Max are I can't even say Gwen because she doesn't have her powers yet. Another episode where shit on Gwen. This is the time where Grandpa Max can tap into his weapons and kill somebody.
It's like we just in one way or another we still got shit on Gwen when she's on the
guys. Don't worry, the shitting on Gwen happens. You didn't think it would? You thought it would happen in the beginning of the episode? No, it happens at the very end of the episode.
I feel like once we get to Alien Force, we'll stop the Gwen hatred from there.
Literally, I love Gwen's characterization in Alien Force. Her characterization in Alien Force is the fucking best.
Yeah, but Gwen is a good character. It's just I hated her as a child. Not like it just wasn't great. I found her annoying as shit. It's not even because she's a girl. It's just annoying. Like
yeah, you should have.
That is like you hear that our woman podcaster says I hate Gwen and I am woman, and not because she girl.
where were you annoying. Where were you on the what if one? Because I'm gonna be real with you, the roles were reversed for Ben, because Ben was the annoying when Gwen was not. I'm not even joking with you. Ben
being the annoying one in that makes sense, considering that it's technically a version of Ben that's had the Omnitrix before.
Yeah, but okay, and that's kind of the reason why we kind of hated it, because it was like, because it kind of was confusing. How the fuck did he get to that universe?
It was so.
I have like a theory on that, but it's nothing confirmed. My only idea is that it could be like some Eon fucking with the timeline type shit. Because like, you know how Eon just like in the middle of a fight decided to send Ben as a teenager all the way back to 10 years old just to fuck with him.
You know what?
So I see Eon sending a version of Ben with the watch to a different universe where he never got it as plausible.
So for any of you people who are watching this podcast for the first time, you know what? I think we should do a bonus episode if you guys are up for it, where we just watch the actual like Ben 10 Race Against Time movie, and like probably be an early recording maybe, and then we like record and talk about it for a bit, and then that would be the bonus episode. I feel like that will give us a chance to talk about Eon some more, if I'm being real with you.
I'm up for it.
Okay. If you guys want that for the next episode, will be week after this one. We're gonna watch the Race Against Time movie, so we could take a break from these like breakdowns, because I feel like I think we're on like, how many episodes are we in? We're like
technically I think this is episode 18.
Episode 18. We're at 18 episodes in total. We're gonna do a breakdown of the Race Against Time movie, because I like to dive into Eon. Eon, for any of you don't know, friends of this podcast, he's like a alternate version of Ben who's like corrupt and like he's evil, and he has like he can manipulate time and shit like that. He's an evil Ben essentially, but he's like character's like really one of my favorites. But so with that, join us next week, or whenever this comes out. Join us next time as we actually talk about the Ben 10 Race Against Time movie. We get to talk about the terrible CGI for the time, and all the memes that it spawned. So that'll be fun. With that, my name is Ramen. That's Kai Animation, and that's Professor freaking Berg. ShadeX, we miss you, buddy. Whatever you're doing.
See you next time, buddy.
We'll be having we hope you're having fun for once, my man. We know you stay in your computer all day. So, with that, peace out, Omni heads.